In the courtroom in the murder trial of a former UC police officer, Ray Tenzing is accused of killing Sam DuBose at a traffic stop last year. Today, the first witnesses took the stand and jurors watched the key piece of evidence in this case. Good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Dolan.
And I'm Tanya O'Rourke. 9 on your side continues our live team coverage of the Ray Tenzing murder trial. We have been bringing you live reports since jury selection began here on Monday. Now, here are the big takeaways from today in court. First, jurors watched the body camera video from the same day that Sam DuBose was shot and killed. Then 5 witnesses took the stand. Now, we heard from 3 UC police officers, a Mount Auburn resident and Sam DuBose's fiance. So we want to start with that body camera video. Both sides say this is the key piece of evidence, the linchpin on this trial. Now, we were in the courtroom when that video played out. The lights were dimmed and everyone watched the moment that Sam DuBose was shot and killed. The jurors were warned that the video is disturbing. In fact, our reporter who was there says one juror was visibly upset and needed to look away. Now, Ray Tenzing himself also watched that body camera video. Our reporter in the courtroom says Tenzing looked down and touched his brows, his mouth, before he looked back up. Now, as we mentioned, 5 witnesses took the stand today, all for the prosecution. A video expert is next up on the stand. He is expected to break down the shooting of Sam DuBose, that body camera video, frame by frame. Now, today, much of the testimony focused on 2 other UC police officers on the scene that summer day in July of 2015. Tom McKee picks up our coverage.
3 of the 5 people who testified Wednesday were actually on Rice Street in Mount Auburn the day that Sam DuBose was shot by Ray Tenzing. 2 were University of Cincinnati police officers, 1 a Mount Auburn resident who just happened to get into her parked car when Tenzing pulled DuBose over.
And during the course of that stop, the driver attempts to disobey his order and tries to leave the scene. Would that UC officer be justified in shooting at that person?
No.
But the defense countered with that same set of facts and got an entirely different response.
What if an officer is being assaulted or in fear of his life or bodily harm?
If he's in fear for his life, I believe that would justify it.
Both Officer David Lindenschmidt and Kidd agreed they heard squealing tires, a gunshot, and saw Tenzing fall to the ground.
Officer Tenzing indicated to you that he was caught in the car and dragged?
That's correct.
Did you ever observe him being dragged?
I didn't see him being dragged up the street, no.
But attorneys in the case disagreed over the effectiveness of those officers' testimony.
The 2 police officers said that they saw the vehicle they heard squealing tires and then a gunshot, which has been our position all along.
Initially they said, yeah, I saw that. I saw you being dragged, and they didn't see it. So I think in the heat of the moment, people will get confused.
There were 2 other witnesses. Alicia Napier said she heard the gunshot, but added the car didn't move until after it happened. DuBose's fiancée, DeShonda Reed, testified she has no idea who owned the cash and marijuana that were later found in the car. The prosecution's case is moving very fast, and when the defense takes over, Tenzing himself will get on the witness stand and tell his story publicly for the first time. Tom McKee, out on your side at the Hamilton County Courthouse.